Welcome back to Beards of War. We're here at Weekend Warlords in Loughborough for a game of Warhammer 40,000, my Orks versus, get this right, no, wrong way, Ben the Bear's Haemonculus Coven? Yep. Dirty Eldar-ish, kind of. Anyway, so we're going to be playing a Maelstrom of War game using the Carnage Maelstrom cards from the last Throne of Skulls. So here we have my 1700 points worth of Orks. I almost forgot how many greenskins you could get for that amount. I used to play Space Marines over the last couple of years. So we have my big mech here, who's got the Mega Force Field. So 4+ save for anything within 6 inches or the vehicle is transported in. And he's going to be transported in my Lord of War choice, which is a Killburster. Basically a supersized Vindicator. He'll be joined by a unit of Burner Boys. Well, I say Burner Boys, there's 2 Burner Boys and 3 mechs in there. So 4 mechs altogether in the vehicle, repairing it every turn. Unit of 10 boys, led by a boss knob with a used chopper and a big shooter. Unit of 25 boys, just stock with sluggers, choppers, led by a boss knob with a power claw. We have a war buggy with twin-linked rockets. Then a Bully Boys formation, 3 units of 5 Bully Boys, each in a truck.
So here is my Haemonculus Coven, led by my Haemonculus here as part of his Dark Artisan formation, with the lovely Talos and Cronus with a Spirit Probe. I have my Corpse Thief Claw, which are my 5 Talos here. All of them are equipped with twin-linked Haywire Blasters, Ica Injectors for the good stuff. And then finally, my Grotesquerie formation with my Haemonculus with a Venom Blade, 2 units of 4 Grotesques, each of them with liquefy guns, and they are being transported in raiders that have disintegrators, night shields, advanced ether sails and Terrafex launchers. So hopefully this list should pack a bit of a punch and give the Orks a run for their money.
No. The mission we're playing today is Spoils of War. Now what that means is either player can score each other's secure objective cards and they can't be discarded at the end of the turn. So as you can see, everything's deployed. My war buggy all the way on one flank. 2 units of the Bully Boys Mega Knobs deployed with their trucks. The 25 boys surrounding the nearest statue. The Burner Boys and the Big Mech deployed in the Killburster, just off the centre, giving it a good clear field of view to everything on the board. The 10 boys behind the Rectaquilla. The final unit of Bully Boys all the way on the opposite flank. Whilst on Bear's side of the board, we have both units of the Grotesques from the Grotesquerie off facing against the lone unit of Bully Boys. Now the Corpse Thief Talos unit here, they had Scout, so they're only 18 inches away. Don't know whether that's good or bad. I'm going to go with bad. Whilst the Dark Artisan is cowering. Can you say he's cowering when he's got 2 monsters with him? No, he's shaking with anticipation. Over in the corner. So, it's knife fight, and I'm going first, unless... Nope, I'm still going first. Hooray! So at the start of the turn, each player draws up to 3 tactical objective cards. So we're using the Carnage tactical objective deck. So, Test of Might. As you can see there, if I destroy a unit I get 1 victory point. If I destroy a unit with a character I get 2. But if I destroy something monstrous, gargantuan monstrous creature or super heavy vehicle with a single character, I get 5. Secure objective 2, pretty straightforward, but with the extra part at the bottom there, score 1 victory point if you destroy 1 enemy unit with the same unit being used to control objective 2 at the end of the turn. And Broken Honour, 1 victory point if enemy unit failed a pinning test this turn, and bonus 3 if you destroy a pinned unit this turn. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Orks turn 1 movement phase. The buggy here only shimmers slightly closer. taking the lead of the bully boys that are, bizarrely for Orks, holding back. Same with the boys here, holding back, waiting to see what happens. The Killburster has pivoted, lining up a shot against the monstrous foe opposite on the other side of the table. These boys holding objective 2, which was revealed to be a shield generator there, so +1 to their cover save. And the other bully boys have moved forward, again lining up shots against the Talos. Orks turn 1 shooting phase, the Killburster opened fired and spectacularly missed everything. Managed to actually land in this building. So I suppose technically you could say he killed the building. That's what we're going with. The big shooters on the trucks and in the unit of 10 over here all opened fire at the Talos. Half of them hit, which, you know, Orks' logic, they either hit or they miss, 50-50 chances, but no wounds. And last but not least, the boogie down here, twin link rocket, fired through the air, whiz bang into the nearest one, took a wound off it. Orks end of turn 1, scoring objectives. Well, the boys holding objective 2, they're within 3 inches there. So that gives me 1 victory point for that. And I'm going to discard Broken Honour, because let's be honest, I'm not going to pin anything. Turn 1, Haemonculus Coven tactical objectives. We have Testamite, same as the one I've got. So if you destroy a unit, 1 victory point. If a single character wipes out the unit, 2 victory points. And if a single character wipes out a gargantuan monstrous creature or super heavy vehicle, 5 victory points. Secure objective 3. And Giant Slayer. Score 1 victory point if your model slays enemy model that's worth more points, or 2 victory points if one of your models destroys an enemy model that is worth double its points value. Haemonculus Coven turn 1 movement phase, and the Corpse Thief unit stumbles a little bit closer over difficult terrain, only moving 3 inches, but not much of a gap between us still. The Grotesquerie hover closer on their transports, whilst the Dark Artisan oversees all from afar. Turn 1, Haemonculus Coven shooting phase. The Dark Artisan's unit ran forward towards objective 3. The Corpse Thief unit opened fire with their twin-linked haywire blasters, non-surprisingly blowing apart the truck, which forces the Meganobs inside to bail out. Now both units of Dark Grotesqueries have gone flat out. Now, after I caught my opponent on this, apparently it's got some kind of magic sail called a Advanced Ether Sail, which means it can move 24 inches flat out. So they started here, and now, pop, surprise, uh-oh. Turn 1, Haemonculus Coven scoring. A unit was destroyed, so Testamite for 1 victory point. Secure objective 3, which they do indeed, for another victory point. And discarding Giant Slayer, because they're all expensive monstrous creatures, so discarding this. Plus First Blood for destroying the truck. Total of 3 victory points in the first turn. Turn 2, Orks tactical objectives this turn. Secure objective 3, which is a bad thing, seeing as precious cargo means that Bear can score that in his turn. Testamite still from last turn, that's the same. Strike like lightning. 1 victory point if I destroy a unit this turn, or 3 victory points if I destroy a unit this turn with a unit that arrived from reserve at any point in the game. Seeing as everything I used deployed, whoops. Orks turn 2 movement phase. Meganobs on my right flank here. Drove forward 6, bailed out 6 to engage the Grotesqueries here. Supported by the unit of boys. The Killburster has reversed away while still drawing a bead on the Corpse Thief unit. Whilst everything else, big unit of 25 boys, and the Meganobs that were forced to disembark from their blown up truck have turned to face the other Grotesquerie unit. Whilst the final unit of Meganobs lines up its big shooter at the Raider, and the buggy stalled its engine for the time being, still drawing a line of fire on the Corpse Thief with its rocket. Orks turn 2 shooting phase. The war buggy fired its twin lit rockets, hitting one of the Talos but failed into wound. Everything in this line opened fire at the Raider, which jinked, but thanks to its night fields gave it a 3-up cover save for dodging. Whilst over here, a lucky shot from the Mega Knobs went through, immobilised the Raider, which meant no jinking shenanigans from everything else, blew it to pieces, forcing the first unit of Grotesques out. Whilst the Killburster fired through everything over at the unit of Talos, killing the nearest one. Orks turned to assault phase. The Mega Knobs charged in at the Raider, ripped it from the sky, causing it to detonate. One of the Mega Knobs took a wound as it charged in from the liquefier guns on the Grotesques, and the explosion killed 3 of the boys that were nearby just watching and cheering. The other unit of Mega Knobs charged through the wreckage. One of them took a wound to the liquefier guns again. However, in combat, they absolutely butchered the second unit of Grotesques. Orks turn to scoring, and I destroyed a unit, so I can score Strike Like Lightning, 1 victory point there. Test of Might, another victory point. But secure objective 3. Nope, that's still not happening. I can't discard it. Over to Bear. Haemonculus Coven turn 2 objectives. We have Delayed Fury, which is score 1 victory point if you completely destroy 2 enemy units in your assault phase this turn, or score 2 victory points if you completely destroy an enemy unit in your opponent's assault phase, which lets you score out of sequence. Bloody Harvest, score 1 victory point if you completely destroy an enemy unit in your shooting phase this turn, or 3 victory points if you destroy an enemy unit in the assault phase that were within 3 inches of an objective. And Brittle Alliances, score 1 victory point if you completely destroy an enemy unit this turn, or 4 victory points if you completely destroy 2 units from 2 different factions. Haemonculus Coven turn 2 movement phase. The Corpse Thief unit moves ever closer to the unit of boys, whilst the Dark Artisan secures objective 3 to steal my tactical objective. The remaining Grotesques move closer, sport for choice. If they wipe out this unit of boys holding the objective 2, they'll score 3 victory points, but they'll probably quite easily muller the Killburster in combat. Bit of a dilemma there. Haemonculus Coven turn 2 shooting phase, and the Dark Artisan's Talos there shot over with its Haywire Blaster, taking a hull point off of my buggy, and everything else held back, looking for the charges. Haemonculus Coven turned to assault phase. The unit of Corpse Thieves charged into the boys, killed 8 of them. However, the knob at the back there instilled order with his boss pole, killed 3 of them themselves, preventing the unit from running. Whilst over here, disorganised charge against the Killburster and the unit of Ork boys that were here. Well, you can guess how that worked out. The Haemonculus killed 3 of the boys hit back, caused a wound, which was lookout sir to the nearest Grotesque. 5 hit points were taken off the Killburster, forcing the boys to break, and they were cut down as they ran. However, most importantly, Killburster survived. Haemonculus Coven turn 2 scoring. We have Bloody Harvest, score 3 victory points if you destroy a unit during the assault phase that were within 3 inches of an objective, which the Ork boys on the Aquila were, and now they've been destroyed. So that is 3 victory points there. Brittle Alliances, score 1 victory point if you completely destroyed an enemy unit this turn, for 1. Bear is holding on to this one for no particular reason. Oh wait, yeah, that'll be that then. For a total of
7, but I also get 1 because I get your objective 3.
Oh, balls. Yeah, so that as well. Orks turn 3 tactical objective cards. We have Suppressing Fire, 1 victory point if I destroy an enemy unit in the shooting phase this turn, or 4 victory points if I can cause leadership check on at least 3 enemy units, and that's not going to happen. Swift Victory, 1 victory point if destroy a unit this turn in the assault phase, 2 victory points if I destroy a unit in the assault phase with a fast attack unit. That's not going to happen with my war buggy, is it? And Secure Objective 5, score 1 victory point if you control Objective 5 at the end of your turn, or score 1 victory point if you destroy 1 enemy unit with the same unit being used to control Objective 5 at the end of the turn. Orks turn 3 movement phase. Unit of Mega Knobs on the left, drove forward 6, bailed out 6, lined up the charge on the Corpse Thief unit, supported by the other unit of Mega Knobs that moved through difficult terrain 6 inches just to get them closer. The boys still locked in combat there. The final unit of Mega Knobs going forth to avenge the unit of boys that were on the Aquila, hopefully line up a charge there, whilst the Killburster stuck its toe down, drove to a safe distance, lined up a shot across the board against the Dark Artisans unit, and last but not least, the empty war truck there has moved 12 inches towards objective 5. Orks turn 3 shooting phase. The war buggy fired a twin rocket over at the Cronus, missed its target. Same with the big shooter. The boys here not shooting because their target's in combat. The other Meganobs opened fire and caused a wound on the Haemonculus, whilst the Killburster opened fire over at the Cronus, scored a hit, but it made its cover save because I was firing through a solid line of cover. Whilst last but not least, the war truck over here went flat out, scoring me objective 5. And while I remember, these chaps, 4 mechs in there, not a single one knew how to fix the Killburster. Orks turn 3 assault phase. The 2 units of Meganobs piled in against the Corpse Thief unit. The Corpse Thieves attack back, killing 3 Meganobs first, were then cut apart by the Power Claws and Kill Saws. The boys moving forward, heading towards the Dark Artisans unit. Whilst the other Meganob unit charged in, the Boss Nob issued a challenge, took a wound from the Haemonculus and snipped him apart. 2 more boys were ripped apart by the Grotesque, who in turn killed a Grotesque and heavily injured another. However, both units are fearless, so they're going to keep fighting next turn. Turn 3, Orcs scoring. I didn't kill any units in the shooting phase. I do, however, hold objective 5 with the truck there. So that gives me +1 victory point there. And a swift victory. I got another victory point there for destroying a unit in the assault phase. So that puts me on a total of 5 victory points altogether. And I think I'll discard suppressing fire. Haemonculus Coven, turn 3, objectives. We have secure objective 1, which is the objective smack bang in the middle of the table there, surrounded by everything. Welter of Gore, 2 victory points if you complete destroy 1 enemy unit in your assault phase, or 4 victory points if you complete destroy 2 enemy units in your assault phase. And Delayed Fury, 1 victory point if you complete destroy 2 enemy units in your assault phase this turn, or 2 victory points if you complete destroy an enemy unit in your opponent's assault phase, which then scores out of sequence. Haemonculus Coven, turn 3 movement phase, and the Dark Artisan there decides to move forward with his favourite monsters to head off the Meganob threat, whilst the unit of Grotesque is still locked in combat. Haemonculus Coven, turn 3 assault phase, and the Grotesque here mullered 2 of the Meganobs, leaving just 1 on 1 wound, but he's fearless. And the injured Grotesque here regrew 1 of his wounds from It Will Not Die. Now, over here, 2 monstrous creatures charging. You'd have thought these guys would have suffered worse, but out of 9 hits, there was 8 rolls of a 1 to wound. So I only took 1 wound. Attacking back, I only caused 1 wound back, but the Talos then regrew it with It Will Not Die. So, big stalemate. Haemonculus Coven, turn 3 scoring, and that's a whole lot of nope. Orks, turn 4, tactical objectives. Now I've got Master of Pain, score 1 victory point for every 5 models I destroy this turn. A Throne of Skulls, where I score 8 victory points if I achieve any of the following. End your turn with only 8 victory points. Slay only 8 units this turn, slay 8 characters this turn, or slay only 8 models this turn during the assault phase. Kill, maim, burn. Score 1 victory point if you destroy a unit this turn. Score 3 victory points if you destroy a unit using only template weapons or close combat attacks, or both. Orks, turn 4 movement phase. Surviving 2 Meganobs from the middle unit. Move around the flank, with the boys using them as moral support, chasing after them. The lone Meganob here faces the challenge of 3 Grotesques, whilst the Killburster moves further away, hoping the mechanics inside can fix it up. Orks, turn 4 shooting phase. The mechanics inside the Killburster finally find the instruction manual, bolt some more goblins to the tank, gives him 2 more hull points back. Orks, turn 4 assault phase, and all the Meganobs and the boys here mullered the Cronus, left the Talus on 1 wound, but the Dark Artisan cares not. Pain is just another sensation. Whilst the Grotesque finish off the final Mega Knob, and eye up, finishing the job against the Killburster next turn. Orks turn 4 scoring, and that's also a whole lot of nope. However, because Bear's Grotesque here destroyed the final Mega Knob, out of sequence scoring gives Bear another 2 victory points for a grand total of 10. Dark Haemonculus turn 4 tactical objectives, and the new addition here is Bloody Infantry. Score 1 victory point if you control an objective marker at the end of your turn with an infantry unit. Score 3 victory points if you control an objective marker in your opponent's deployment alone with only an infantry troops choice. Haemonculus Coven turn 4 movement, and the Grotesque edge closer towards the Killburster, and no shooting this turn. Haemonculus Coven turn 4 assault phase, and the Grotesque only rolled a 3 for their charge range, failed to get in. Whilst meanwhile, as you can see, the boys have done their job, now heading back home. Give me Slay the Warlord. Haemonculus Coven turn 4 scoring, and none of the above, but I got Slay the Warlords, which currently puts the score as the Haemonculus scoring 10, the Orks scoring 6. Orks turn 5 objectives, and I've drawn self-destruct protocols, which is a funny one, but I'm probably not going to get it. Score 1 victory point if one of your models causes or suffers an explode result on the vehicle damage chart, and score an extra 2 victory points if the same explosion destroys an enemy unit or friendly unit. Orks turn 5 movement phase, and the buggy surges forward. The 3 Mega Knobs fall back, getting back into the truck, which drives forward. The 2 surviving Mega Knobs here just go for a meander. The unit of boys head towards the Grotesque. The war truck comes around the wreck to draw a line of fire, and the Killburster backs away, lining up its smasher cannon. Orks turn 5 shooting phase, and the big shooters on both the trucks opened fire, took a wound off the nearest Grotesque, whilst the Killburster cannon, their massive gun of doom, fired at this statue. And that's that. Orks turn 5 assault phase. The boys attempted to charge, but the liquefy guns of the Grotesque put up a wall of death, killing 2, making the charge distance too far for them to make. Orks turn 5 scoring, and once again, nada. So the scores currently are 10 victory points to the Haemonculus Coven, 6 victory points to the Orks. Haemonculus Coven turn 5, no new objectives drawn, and the Grotesque move closer, putting them 6 inches away from the Killburster, and our survey says...
Just. Only just.
Dude, that's a 5.
Yeah, I needed a 4.
Oh, whoops, I did it wrong. I can add up good. Hey, Bear. Maths. Haemonculus Coven turn 5 assault phase. The Grotesque charge in, ripped the back end out of the Killburster. It's exploded and caused 5 wounds. There's 6 guys inside. So what we're going to do is roll to see who survives. 2, you survive, which means Slay the Warlord, and all the other guys are dead as well. Haemonculus Coven turn 5 scoring, and they've scored well to the gore here on the second one. Score 4 victory points if you complete destroy 2 enemy units in your assault phase. So the first unit was the Killburster, which in the explosion killed the big mech as well. So 4 points for that. Because the big mech's gone, that was my Warlord, that's Slay the Warlord as well. And Bear is discarding Bloody Infantry. So current score is 15 victory points to the Haemonculus Coven and a mighty 6 to the Orks. And so we're at the end of turn 5 here with random game length. Bear is winning massively on victory points, but only has 3 models left. Whilst I've still got all the Orks on the other side of the table. But will the game end? The game does end indeed. Oh. So here we are, folks, at the end of the game, and as you can see, utter carnage everywhere. Quite a few of the boys survived on this side, but that didn't help out at the end, as they were too far away from what I thought was the smallest threat on the battlefield. But in actual fact, one bear the game there. The final score, 15 victory points to the Haemonculus Coven, 6 victory points to my Orks. And your reaction, Mr. Bear?
Speechless. Genuinely speechless.
Next time, Gadget.